The one thing successful people don't do, which everyone else does. One day when I was around age 17, one of my stepbrothers called me and gave me a form to fill. Upon looking at the form, I saw that it was a visa lottery form of one of the countries considered to be developed. Out of respect, I collected the form and kept it under my pillow. A few weeks after, my brother came back to ask for the form. But when he noticed my reluctance, he knew I never filled the form, so he angrily asked for the form. To me, even at age 17, it was stupid that everyone believes that the other side of the world is greener or better. This is what those who end up rich don't do. Most people I know usually believe that their lives would have been better if they had been born in some other countries, or if they had been born by some richer parents, or if they had got opportunity to cross to the other side of the world. That's the reason why these people are poor and unsuccessful. Truly successful people don't cry about what they don't have. They instead seek to make use of whatever they have. People who end up being successful don't assume that the other side of the world is greener. Instead, they do what they can to make use of the opportunities where they find themselves. Stay diligent and grow until they have the required leverage to move to the other side of the world. Don't get me wrong, I'm not preaching against traveling to other cities or countries where you may have better opportunities. Instead, I'm preaching against the thought of powerlessness that comes with you thinking that there is no opportunity for wealth creation where you are. For example, most people simply give up on life because they were born by poor parents. Some struggle all their lives to travel to a better country, while many people from the so-called better country are poor and stranded. People who end up being rich don't think that way. People who eventually get rich don't cry for what they don't have. They make maximum use of whatever they have, no matter how little. I spent my first 11 years in a small village of less than 1,000 people. Obviously, my parents were poor. When I was 11, I was moved to a small town of less than 50,000 people, and I spent another 1.5 decades there. However, during this time, I always believed that I never had to regret my predicament or struggle to the other side of life where most people consider greener. Instead, I had to look inwards and discover who I am and what my passion is. This is what I did, and then turned my passion to a business. Right there in a small town, I started making more money than everyone, or at least 99% of people. From there, I decided to move to the biggest and richest city in my country, not to look for opportunities, but to sell the opportunities I've already discovered right within me. That's how successful people think. It's all inside of you. Stop looking for wealth and success in physical places. Stop thinking you don't have it because you were born with some disadvantages. No, you don't have it because you're looking for it in the wrong places. You remember the story in The Acres of Diamonds by Russell Conwell? Over a century ago, Russell Conwell was famous for his traveling lecture in which he encouraged listeners to find the acres of diamonds in their own backyards. He was born in Massachusetts in 1843 and during the Civil War served as a captain in the Union Army. He studied law but became a Baptist minister and a popular public speaker. Acres of Diamonds was his most famous talk, which he delivered over 6,000 times, making him one of the original motivational speakers. At the heart of Acres of Diamonds was a parable Conwell heard while traveling through present-day Iraq in 1870, and in summary, it goes like this. There was once a wealthy man named Ali Hafed who lived not far from the river Indus. He was contented because he was wealthy, and wealthy because he was contented. One day, a priest visited Ali Hafed and told him about diamonds. Ali Hafed heard all about diamonds, how much they were worth, and went to his bed that night a poor man. He had not lost anything, but he was poor because he was discontented, and discontented because he feared he was poor. Ali Hafed sold his farm, left his family, and traveled to Palestine and then to Europe searching for diamonds. he did not find them. His health and his wealth failed him. Dejected, he cast himself into the sea. One day, the man who had purchased Ali Afed's farm found a curious sparkling stone in a stream that cut through his land. It was a diamond. Digging produced more diamonds, acres of diamonds in fact. This, according to the parable, was the discovery of the famed diamonds of Golconda. The point of the story is that we often dream of fortunes to be made elsewhere. We ought instead to be open to the opportunities that are around us. He illustrates this concept with several other stories, including that of the discovery of gold in California. Another is a farmer in Pennsylvania who sold his farm for $833 and went to work for his cousin in Canada collecting oil. Shortly after, the man who purchased the farm found oil worth millions of dollars. Now, I'm not suggesting you physically go and start digging up your backyard, as this is a story. So, how can you find the acres of diamonds in your own backyards? Maintain a ready mind. Be open to the possibilities around you. Don't let preconceived notions cloud your judgment. We often overlook the value of something because we believe we already know it. Look at the familiar in new ways. Cornwell lists some important inventions: the snap button, the cotton gin, the mowing machine, and notes that these were created by everyday people who found new approaches and new uses for commonplace objects. Learn what people want, then give it to them. Discover a market and provide a good or service. Too many people do this the other way around. They develop a good or a service and then try to market it, try to manufacture desire. You have more success if you see a desire and then try to meet it. Knowledge is more important than capital. Lack of capital is a common excuse for not starting a business venture. How often have you heard, "You need money to make money"? Nonsense, says Cornwell. He gives anecdotes of wealthy people who started with nothing but an idea. Don't put yourself down and don't belittle your environment. Don't compare yourself with others. Believe in the great opportunities that are right here, not over in New York or Boston, but here for business, for everything that is worth living for on earth. There was never an opportunity greater. Find the best in what's around you. In conclusion, are you one of those people who look for diamonds in faraway places? Is the grass really greener there? Is there an opportunity that has been in front of you all the time? Have you taken stock of your life lately? Perhaps there are diamonds sitting just outside your back door. To be rich and successful, you have to stop looking at the other sides of the world. You have to stop looking at physical things or places. You have to start looking within yourself, because it's all within you. The summary for the Acres of Diamond was taken from www.coachingforwealth.com.au. Thank you for watching our videos. We'd like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other videos we handpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.